Welcome to another edition of Northern Heat. My name is Bob Lennon, President of Thermalwood Canada, and host for the show, and our special guest today, Alistair Tulloch. Alistair, this is not your first time here.
No, second time in a month.
In a month?
Maybe a month and a half. Yeah.
So the last time you were here with Rosalind, and we were talking about the music festival, and that was a hit?
That was a smashing success. It went beyond our expectations. As we had said in our last interview, we were trying different things, different classes, different ways of delivering. We used different venues. Every place we went, we took adjudicators to schools, so kids didn't have to leave or travel. That went really well. We had larger audiences in every place that we went than I had seen in the last 5 years, when it was running before, the break because of COVID. So to see the people come back, to have the participants there, we're only looking onward and upward now. So,
well, that's really good to know.
Exciting.
Yeah, and in the spirit of music,
yes, you're
you're working on another project here. So tell us a little bit about that.
So to connect that with the music festival, we revamped it in terms of we want people to love music. It's less about the competition, although there is that competitive part, but we also have the other part that we're trying to promote more of now is the love of music and being involved and, not worrying about what mark did I make, but just having a really good time.
Yeah.
So out of that, I'm the director for the Bathurst Community Concert Band.
Yep.
It's a 40-piece adult band. Many of your viewers probably have seen us. So we play at the Casey Irving Center for Remembrance Day. So we're the house band, if you will. And so we are a wind and percussion ensemble. And one of our members, Joanie is her name. She said, Alistair, what if we did a concert for kids? And I'm like, well, what are you talking about? She says, kids don't get exposed to these instruments as much anymore. Music in the schools is very different today than it was in terms of kids playing instruments. When I was at the middle school, I did all of that, got the kids to play the instruments, but they don't do that as much anymore. So we thought, let's put on a concert for kids. So what we've done is we've designed a program. It's a young audience members' interest, but it's a concert for anybody. Like anybody can come, but that's not the point. But it really is. So we're going to be playing movie music and cartoon music. So it's really tunes that people would recognize. Stuff from Encanto. We've got some Disney things, Jurassic Park. Indiana Jones, so tunes that a lot of people have heard. So what we want to do is we want to bring our musicians up on the front of the stage, or they'll stand in the middle of the performance, and so the audience member can hear what the sound is, what instrument makes that sound, and that's kind of our online slogan. Maybe people have seen it. It's an ear and a hand to it. It says it's called "What's That Sound?" and it's "Come Hear the Band." So
this is more than just a concert here. This is educational too at the same time. Right?
Absolutely, yeah. We want to show them, show audience, young kids, what produces those sounds, and tell them some things about music as well. And this is really about being exposed to music through a band, so through a wind ensemble. It's not a rock band, it's not a jazz band, it's not an orchestra. So this would be, your wind instruments, trumpets, flutes, clarinets, saxophones, percussion instruments. And to add some extra interest to that as well, too, we've got, what we're going to do is we're going to be inviting kids to come up on the stage with us when we perform. So we're going to bring out extra chairs, and the students, I say students, but I'll say, our younger audience members, they're going to sit right in the band, right beside the members, and they can watch me conduct. They can hear what it sounds like to be part of the band. They won't be playing, but they'll certainly get a different perspective than sitting out in the audience.
Well, that's
Yeah.
just amazing. And
Yeah.
you're going to pick those kids out of the audience as they come in
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah, we've got a plan on how we're going to do that
Okay.
because, if we say who wants to come up on stage, we can't take everybody. So we got a little plan on how we're going to select those. So
So if you want to be on stage with the band, you got to show up.
you got to show up. You absolutely. Yeah. And it's not going to be random. So you got to be there on time, for the concert. And we got a way of kind of figuring, we'll be doing it with 3 songs. We're hoping to get about 20 kids per song on the stage, give or take. So 60 kids in the audience get a chance to sit on the stage with the band. That's great exposure.
Oh, no, great exposure. And on top of that, you also told me that you're doing this in 2 languages. So it's not simultaneous translations. It's 2 specific shows, one in French, one in English.
That's correct. So it's exactly the same program. And what we were interested in was making sure that nothing was lost in translation.
Mm-hmm.
So we have an English show. So it's at Bathurst High School on May 28th, and at 1:30 we have an English show. It's 45 minutes, no intermission. It's kind of come in, listen to 7 or 8 songs, and that'll be the English show. And then at 3 o'clock, we'll do the same thing again with the French show. Exactly the same program, exactly the same message. It's just 2 different languages because we don't want to lose anything in translation. We want to make sure that the talking is kept to a minimum because if you have to say everything twice, that's less listening.
Yeah,
it's less music, right?
Yeah.
And kids will tune out if there's just too much talking. So we want to have short, quick messages to the kids in their language of their choice, with listening to music.
And targeted audience is elementary school to middle school
to 99 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we want it for everyone, and we're saying that, but it really is targeted to our younger audience members. So people that are allowed on the stage would be, young children up to middle school. So. But we're inviting anyone to come. They can be audience members, but we really want to try to light a fire, for younger kids to say, hey, I'd really like to be more involved in music. I want to do things in my school. Maybe I'll go for private lessons. As you know, I'm part of the committee with you for Sistema.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Anything we can do to get kids interested in music, being involved with either going to hear it, but mostly participating. We want to grow music in our area, and the Music Festival was a great springboard. And now we want to take that one step further and tell the people in the area music is alive and well in the Bathurst area.
Well, the thing too about doing this and how I see it too is that you're preparing the sustainability of the Bathurst Festival, because now you're going to go get kids get involved. They have opportunities through either Sistema, through the school, through private lessons to be able to learn more.
Yes.
And then, then you have the festival that pulls it in even to a higher level.
Yes. And there's other benefits to that too, because with the community band, I actually start beginner adults. I started a group this year in November. They participated in the music festival. So if we have people come to this concert for with their kids, or they just come to it because they don't know what a band is all about, sure, it's geared to younger kids, but we're inviting anybody to come. Concert is free, by the way. So we'll have a donation jar, but that's it. Come for fun.
Well, it should be a good ticket. It's free.
It's free. Yeah. And we're also making kind of an interactive activity package for kids as well too. So when kids leave, there'll be musical activities in there. For younger kids, there will be things that they can color, word searches, picture find things. We're even going to put the QR codes to links to the recordings of the songs that we played. So if the kids want to go back and hear that tune again, played by a band, then they can revisit that because they say, hey, I really like that tune. And then they can listen to it again whenever they want.
So again, really axed on the fact of education and exposing the sound of band to a younger generation.
To a whole new generation and anyone who just wants to learn something about band.
So this is on Sunday, May 28th. 1:30 on the English side and 3 o'clock for the French.
That's correct.
And if the kids want to stay for both, they can go right ahead. You're not going to
Absolutely.
throw them out for doing that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And so again, bigger exposure. And if they didn't make it on the stage, maybe the first time around, they can stick around and maybe get picked on the second time around.
Absolutely. Yeah. We've been very fortunate too with the Francophone, the Anglophone district. They've agreed to allow us to pass out a little flyer, to go home in the kids' backpacks. So families can look in the backpack. They'll find information. It'll all be written down there, times and dates, and exactly the purpose that I'm talking about here. Come on out and hear the band.
And I'm not sure if we mentioned it or not, but we should mention it now. This is at the Bathurst High amphitheatre.
That's correct. Yeah.
So, there we are with
There it is.
Everything pulled together. So this is great news, and you guys are doing some great work. So you've retired, but I see that you're putting your energy into doing some other stuff.
Lots of music stuff.
Well,
really enjoying it.
That's great. That's great to hear.
Yeah.
And congratulations to your group. Congratulations to you and the committee that put the music festivals together and making it successful. I am sure this is, the way it sounds and everything else, it sounds great. So Grandpa here might take his 3 grandchildren to this.
We're thinking, we've been telling people around the province, some of the university professors, and they're raising an eyebrow and saying, you guys are onto something there. So we figure we've got a kind of a Cadillac thing here that Bathurst is doing first. So it's, we're proud of that.
Well, the Schiller region does a lot of things first. We just don't always get recognized for it. But you guys should get recognized. My hat's off to everybody on your committee for doing that, and really appreciate the fact that you are doing that. So
that's great.
Thanks again, Alistair.
And thanks for allowing me to talk about it here. It's great.
Well, this is an opportunity to get the word out and to do it. And we have quite a few listeners. And the whole point in this is that if you're listening to this and you like this, share it out there and let more people know that this activity is going on for kids, and it'll support the initiative and get more kids involved in music. And if they're involved in music and doing things, they're not getting into trouble.
That's right. That's absolutely. Yeah. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. There we are. Another edition of Northern Heat for this week, the place you come to listen to the stories that haven't been discovered yet.